कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna. So today we will be discussing on the prayers of Vritrasura. Vritrasura is a pure devotee of the Lord, acting like a demon. So his episode comes in Canto 6 of Srimad Bhagavatam, and Bali Maharaj and Prahlad Maharaj are also demons, but they are to a certain extent they acted like demons as well, but in the ending they were like devotional, humble, like they exhibited this devotional qualities. But Vritrasura, even while acting like a demon on the battlefield, fighting Indra and the demigods, he is praying to the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna. So here, before discussing prayers of Vritrasura, we will summarize certain chapters of the 6th canto which bring us to the context of Vritrasura's prayers. So the story of Chitraketu, which comes after the episode of Vritrasura, and the story of Indra, which comes before Vritrasura's episode, these two are interconnected, and we will be discussing these two now to come to the context of these prayers. So the prayers, first of all, the story of Chitraketu. Chitraketu is a king. His story, the episode of Chitraketu comes in 14th from chapter 14 onwards, right? And he is a king who has 1 crore wives. So he has 1 crore wives, and he did not get any son from even a single one of those wives. So he got the opportunity to meet the sage Angira, and when he met the sage Angira, he expressed his moroseness, and whereupon Angira agreed to perform. He gave a certain blessing to the queen of the king Chitraketu. One of them is Kritadyuti. So 1 queen out of 1 crore queens. So this queen Kritadyuti, she got a son. And Chitraketu, so as is the natural tendency of a householder, he started spending more time with the son and with Kritadyuti, because Kritadyuti had the son. The remaining 1 crore minus 1, that is 99,99,999, this many queens, they became jealous of Kritadyuti, and they also they were thinking among themselves that if Angira had given us the blessing, then even we could have got the child. But because Angira gave the blessing only to Kritadyuti, she only has the child, and now the king is ignoring us and spending more time with Kritadyuti. So these queens, they poisoned this baby. Long story short, they poisoned this baby, and this baby died. Then Chitraketu started lamenting profusely, and whereupon Narada Muni came there, right? Narada Muni and Angira Muni, they came and they instructed Chitraketu, and the child who died, he was revived back to life just by the potency of Narada Muni. And Narada Muni, some acharyas, they comment and they write that Narada Muni, it is Narada Muni himself who is speaking through this child, that I will go to the forest now. So this child, he just left, and then uh, uh, he Chitraketu is able to he gets a mantra from Narada Muni, and this mantra Chitraketu, he found shelter at the lotus feet of Lord Sankarshan, and he saw the Supreme Lord himself. So because of that, he got profusely blessed, and whereupon so when we cut the long story short, he got airplanes and everything. So he was traveling through the airplanes, and once upon a time he came to a place, and over there he saw Lord Shiva. So we're like summarizing, we're like cutting short many things. So he saw Lord Shiva, and then over there were many great sages who were present, and Mother Parvati was sitting on the lap of Lord Shiva. So Chitraketu, he laughed loudly from the airplane only, and he made a comment on Lord Shiva, that you are sitting with by putting the wife on your lap amid so many great sages. So he thought that common people might misunderstand Lord Shiva, and his concern is valid, but he shouldn't have expressed it boldly and publicly. So Mother Parvati became extremely angry, and she cursed Chitraketu to become a demon in his next life. So this is one story. Another story is before the episode of Vritrasura. So if we go a few chapters backward, then 7th chapter of the 6th canto, Indra is sitting in his palace in a very regal royal manner. There are Gandharvas, Vidyadharas, Kinnaras, Sharanas, everybody is there in that assembly, and every demigod is adoring King Indra, glorifying King Indra. Indra is enjoying that heavenly opulence. So this description is given, and as Indra is enjoying this opulence, Brihaspati, the spiritual master of all the demigods, he enters into that assembly. And when he enters into that assembly, this King Indra, he is supposed to honor every Brahmana. I mean, not just Indra, every person. He is supposed to honor the Brahmana. And this is not just an ordinary Brahmana. This is the Guru of the demigods, the Sakshat, the spiritual master. And Indra, he noticed Brihaspati, but he did not do anything to respect Brihaspati. He did not get up from his seat, and he did not also say anything to honor Brihaspati as well. So then Brihaspati became very so Brihaspati noticed this, and he just disappeared from the assembly. He did not say anything, he just disappeared from the assembly. Then Indra became very morose, and he became very extremely he felt sorry that he made this mistake, and he and all the demigods, they tried searching for Brihaspati everywhere, but somehow Brihaspati made himself invisible to all the demigods, and they could not find their spiritual master Brihaspati. In the meantime, what happened is that the demons, they pleased their guru Shukracharya, and they got the pious result, the great power by pleasing their guru, and they attacked this kingdom. And because Indra and his associates, they lost the power of the guru's blessings, So they couldn't sustain in the war against the demons, and they lost everything, and they lost even the heavenly planets also. So they lost the heavenly planets, and everybody now goes to Brahma. They say, oh my dear supreme creator, oh Brahmaji, we have lost everything. We don't have any thing left with us now. What should we do? We offended our Gurudev. So Brahma, he chastised them a bit, and then he also explained that now you should go and take shelter of Vishwarupa. You should take shelter of another Guru, because your Guru rejected you. Right? So we see that how pride, arrogance, it can lead to, even if a person is arrogant and he still has the knowledge, has the capability, it still leads to ignorance. Knowledge plus arrogance will always lead to ignorance. So the more a person is knowledgeable, the more he will understand how humble, how necessary it is to be humble, how necessary it is to respect great souls. And here Indra was proud, and that is the reason why he is getting into all these issues. So with the help of Vishwarupa, Indra regained this heavenly kingdom. So when Indra regained this heavenly kingdom, he suddenly, once upon a time, he saw Vishwarupa performing a sacrifice, whereupon he is offering the oblations in the favor of the demons also. So we see that he is so Vishwarupa, his family is such that his father is Twashta, who is a Brahmana, and his mother is Rachana, who is coming from the Daitya family. So he has connections with both sides. So he is offering some oblations to the demons also. Indra, he became so afraid, he became extremely insecure, he became extremely angry, and he just took out his sword and he just finished Vishwarupa. He just killed Vishwarupa. He severed his 3 heads from his shoulders. Vishwarupa has 3 heads, by the way. He just cut his 3 heads from his shoulders. So yes, that is the thing. And also then Indra, he became affected by sinful reaction of killing a Brahmana. So then Indra became affected by this sinful reaction, and on one side he distributed this sinful reaction among 4 kinds of living beings, right? So that is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. So that part is explained also. And on the other side we have the father of Vishwarup, he is Twashta. So Twashta, he became extremely angry upon knowing that Indra has killed my son, and he performs a yajna to have a son who can kill Indra. So Indra Shatro Vivardhasva, Indra Shatro Vivardhasva, Indra Shatro Vivardhasva. He is performing mantras. Indra Shatro Vivardhasva means, O enemy of Indra, who can kill Indra, please manifest. But then he chanted the mantras wrong at one point in time, and he chanted the mantras wrong and then finished. So instead of having a son who will kill Indra, he had a son who will be killed by Indra. So this is the point, and he gets this son now. You see, in Karma Kand, these kind of yajnas like Karma Kand, whatever is there, these yajnas, they require proper pronunciation of the mantras. If the mantras are not chanted properly, finished, whole yajna, the whole sacrifice itself can yield an opposite result. In fact, not opposite, it can even yield a detrimental result also. So in Karma Kand, they will discuss ki, we can go to Swarga, we can have this opulence, that opulence and all. But if you make a mistake, a single mistake in chanting the mantra, maybe Brahmana might not have got proper rest in the night. He may, he makes some mistake while chanting the mantra, and maybe, some item is not pure. Some slight contamination is there in even one item, even one mantra, something is spoken wrong, then the whole thing can yield a different result. So now here we are seeing how Twashta, he chanted the mantras wrong and he is now getting the opposite result. So this demon Vritrasura, he is none other than Chitraketu. He is born, right? Then this Chitraketu, this Vritrasura, he fights with Indra. Long story short, he fights with Indra, and when he is fighting with Indra on the battlefield, he is speaking prayers to the Supreme Lord. So now, till now, we were just setting the background. We discussed the story of Chitraketu, we discussed the story of King Indra also, how Chitraketu was cursed to become a demon, and how Indra got rejected by his own Guru Brihaspati. So then Indra was forced to kill Vishwarup because he was offering oblations even to the demons also. Then Vishwarup's father performed a sacrifice which yielded an opposite result because of Karmakand mantras, even a slight mispronunciation, whereas Maha mantras like Hare Krishna Maha Mantra are not like that. So even if somebody who cannot pronounce nicely, if somebody doesn't know how to pronounce only, if he chants in the wrong pronunciation, then also he can get love of Godhead. He will get love of Godhead. So but here these rules don't apply. So we see how Vritrasura is born, and now he is fighting against Indra, long story short, and he is now on the battlefield and he is offering prayers. So the prayers of Vritrasura are, the main ones are 4 prayers. So 6th canto, 11th chapter, verses 24, 25, 26 and 27. So 27 is the last shloka of the 11th chapter. So these things, these 4 prayers come in the 11th chapter. So let's start discussing the prayers of Vritrasura. So now we are coming to the original point. This was just a prelude to the session. So Srimad Bhagavatam, 6th canto, 11th chapter, 24th verse. We are reading from there. Aham hare tava padaika moola dasanudaso bhavitasmi bhuyah manah smaretashu pater gunamste grinita vak karma karotu kayah. Translation. O my Lord, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, will I again be able to be a servant of your eternal servants who find shelter only at your lotus feet? O Lord of my life, may I again become their servant, so that my mind may always think of your transcendental attributes, my words always glorify those attributes, and my body always engage in the loving service of your Lordship. So here Vritrasura is explaining 3 things: body, mind and words. So Vritrasura, he is explaining that he wants to become the servant of Krishna's lotus feet. So Krishna's form, his personality, there are servants. Vritrasura is saying he wants to become the servant of those servants. So now what is the significance of that statement? So here in this material world, we see that we always want promotion. So we are under somebody, then we say that we want to become boss, then we want to become bossanu boss, we want to become above and above and above, we always want to go. But no, here it is opposite. We want to become das, dasanu das, then no, dasanu das. So examples are Mukundamala Stotram verse 25. Here Kulashekar Alvar, he is explaining that Tvad Bhritya Bhritya Paricharaka Bhritya Bhritya Bhrityasya Bhritya iti mam smaralokanatha. If we count, the word Bhritya comes 7 times in this shloka. So the servant of the servant of the servant of the servant of the servant, 7 times Kulashekar Alvar is saying that I want to become the servant of Krishna. So Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 13.80, we can see Naham Vipro na cha narapatir napi vaishyo na shudro Naham Varni na cha grihapatir na vanasto yatirva Kintu prodyan nikhila paramananda purnamritabdhir Gopi bhartuhu padakamalayur das dasanudasaha. So here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying that I want to become Dasanudas of the gopis. So same mood is explained here. So we are just connecting. So only one who is servant of servant can understand this joy. So if somebody is asking why we want to become servant of servant, is there any joy in that? So no, I mean yes, there is a joy. Of course there is a joy, and the person who is into that, only he can understand it. Right? So Vritrasura wants to serve servant of the servants of the Lord, and he wants to serve the Lordship like this with his body, and with the mind he wants to remember the Lord and his glories. So the Supreme Lord is the Lord of life, Ashupate. So this word is used, Ashupate, the Lord of my life. So he wants to remember this Supreme Lord of his life, the glories of the Supreme Lord, and with his tongue he wants to chant the glories of Sri Krishna. He wants to engage in bhakti karma with his body. Right? So 3 elements are described here: body, mind and words. And also the humble nature of Vritrasura, the dasanudas, the servitorship of the servants of the Supreme Lord. Then this was the 24th verse. Now let's move to the 25th verse. Nanaka prishtam nacha parameshtham nasarvabhaumam narasadhipatyam nayuga siddhir apunarbhavam va samanjasatva virahaya kangshe. O my Lord, source of all opportunities, I do not desire to enjoy Dhruvaloka, the heavenly planets or the planet where Lord Brahma resides, nor do I want to be the supreme ruler of earth or the lower planetary systems. I do not desire to be the master of the yogic powers, nor do I want liberation to give up if I have to give up your lotus feet. So here we are seeing that Vritrasura is rejecting certain things. So Vritrasura, he is first of all explaining that the Lord is the source of all opportunities, Samanjasa. And then he is saying that I am rejecting 6 things. First, Nanaka Prishtam. Naka Prishtam is heavenly planets or Dhruvaloka. Nacha Parameshtham. Parameshtham means Brahma, the planet on which Lord Brahma resides. Then Na Sarva Bhaumam, the sovereignty of the earth. Then Krishna may ask that, oh my dear Vritrasura, do you want the ownership of any lower planets? No, Na Rasadhipatyam, I don't want ownership of even the lower planets also. Okay, then do you want any yoga siddhis? Do you want to travel somewhere? Because some people don't like to be in one place, they just want to travel. So he says, Na yoga siddhir, I don't want yoga siddhis also. Then do you want liberation? Do you want to just get out of this cycle? He says, no, na yoga siddhir apunar bhavam, I don't want even liberation also. So Vritrasura, he is rejecting these things. So do you want heavenly enjoyment? Vritrasura says no. Then okay, then do you want to go higher, Brahmaloka? Vritrasura says no. Then maybe you want earth. He says no. Then maybe you want some lower planets because you rejected higher planets and you rejected Earth also. Maybe then lower planets are left. Do you want? No. Do you want yoga siddhis then? Because if you want to travel somewhere, if you want anima, laghima, all these yoga siddhis, do you want? No. Then maybe you want to get out of this cycle of birth and death altogether? No. I don't want any of these things. Why? Because the Lord is the source of opportunities and Vritrasura is experiencing separation from Lord Krishna. He wants to reunite with Krishna. He doesn't want to give up Krishna's lotus feet at any cost. This is how he is explaining here, and this is a very high level of realization that what Vritrasura said in these two prayers. First about BMW, body, mind and words. Then the next thing is the 6 things that Vritrasura rejected in the 25th sloka. So Lord is the source of all opportunities and Vritrasura is in separation from Krishna. He doesn't want to leave Krishna's lotus feet at any cost. So this is why he doesn't want any of these things. 26th sloka. Ajatapaksha iva mataram khaga sthanyam yatha vatsarata shudartha priyam priyaiva vyushitam vishanna mano ravindraksha didriksha detvam. O lotus-eyed Lord, as baby birds that have not yet developed their wings always look for their mother to return and feed them, as small calves tied with ropes await anxiously the time of milking, when they will be allowed to drink the milk of their mothers, or as a morose wife whose husband is away from home always longs for him to return and satisfy her in all respects, I always yearn for the opportunity to render service unto you. Right. So here Vritrasura is explaining 3 different analogies. The first thing is Ajata Paksha. Ajata Paksha is a bird who has not developed the wings. So for such a bird, the mother will only bring the food. The mother will only make the nest and put the bird there. The mother will only give shelter to the bird. Everything the mother is only doing. So Vritrasura wants to depend on the Lord like that. But Vritrasura thinks one thing, that the baby bird is not putting any effort. Only the supreme, the mother is putting all the effort. So he changed his mind. Stanyam yatha vatsarata shudartha. The calf runs to the mother, which means the calf is putting the effort and it is reaching the cow and it is drinking the milk. Right? But the baby calf is only taking the milk. It doesn't do any active service to the Supreme Lord. So Vritrasura earlier he was thinking that I want to become like this cow. But he realizes that the calf doesn't do any active service to the mother. It only takes from the mother. It takes the milk. He changed his thoughts again. Priyam priyaiva vyushitam vishanna. The wife renders service to the husband and waits for him to come back to the house. So a morose wife whose husband is away from home always longs for him to return and satisfy her in all respects. So the devoted wife is never satisfied unless she has the association of her beloved husband. So in these 3 examples, Vritrasura is like, we can see that he is slowly changing his mind, his thinking, and he is ultimately coming to the wife and husband, this relation. He is telling that I want this mood of service to you, so that I can get this opportunity to render service unto you. So this is how Vritrasura is explaining this 3 analogies. Then now let's see the last shloka, the last shloka of the 11th chapter of the 6th canto, and the which is the last verse of the prayers of the Vritrasura as well. Mamottama shloka janeshu sakhyam samsara chakre bhramata swakarmabhi tvanmayayatmatmajadara geheshva sakta chittasya nanatha bhuyad. Right? So this was the 27th shloka. So, oh my Lord, my Master, I am wandering throughout this material world as a result of my fruitive activities. Therefore, I simply seek friendship in the association of your pious and enlightened devotees. My attachment to my body, wife, children and home is continuing by the spell of your external energy, but I wish to be attached to them no longer. Let my mind, my consciousness and everything I have be attached only to you. So here Vritrasura is asking certain things. First, give me opportunity to make friendship with all the devotees. This shows how important relationships are. With other Vaishnavas, we should always maintain a friendly relationship, a humble relationship of servitude. So give me opportunity to make friendship with your devotees, your pious devotees and your enlightened devotees also. Now, because of my karma, I may wander here and there, but oh my dear Supreme Lord, I only want this association of your pure devotees. Please give me association of your pure devotees wherever you go. My mind is caught up in attachments. Dehapatya kalatradishu atma sainyeshu asatsvapi. Bhagavatam 2.1.4, that the fallible soldiers of the body are the wife, children, the family, relatives, friends, all of these things. The jiva is attached to it. He is considering himself the center of everything, and then these are the fallible soldiers of the body, and in this way he is spending his life discussing thousands of topics, Shrota Vyadini Rajendra, wasting time being a materially attached householder, Grihamedi. So this is how Shukdev Goswami describes in the initial verses of the second canto, when he starts speaking how he is, you can say, how the material householder is wasting his life. So Vritrasura is explaining the same thing here, and he is saying that give me the friendship of the pure devotees so that I can give up this attachment. I don't want to be attached any longer. So with this we have completed the prayers of Vritrasura. So we saw today how Indra offended his guru Brihaspati, and there's a very important lesson here, that pride is always obstructing our spiritual progress, and it always deprives us of the mercy that can otherwise elevate us to an extremely high level, right? So pride is one thing, and from Chitraketu story we learn how to give feedback, which means that he could have called Shiva aside also, but from the airplane very loudly he explained like this. He told Shiva, he jokingly commented to Lord Shiva, his concern is valid, but he said it in a wrong way, right? So then he got cursed. And also it is explained how Chitraketu became enlightened because of his son ultimately, because it was not written in his destiny to have a son, but somehow he tried to cross over his destiny and have a son, whereupon he had a happiness for some time, but that was only limited happiness until the remaining 99,999 wives, they just poisoned this child, right? So yes, then we see, long story short, how Twashta produces Vritrasura by chanting the mantras wrong, and we also discussed for a very small time the glories of Harinam over this Karmakanda process, because Harinam Kriteya Dhyayato Vishnum Tretayam Rizato Makhai Dwapare Paricharyayam Kalau Tad Hari Kirtanam. Hari Kirtan is the way for liberation in this age. Kaler Dosha Nidhe Rajan Asti Hi Eko Mahan Gunaha Kirtana Deva Krishnasya Mukta Sangha Param Brajet. So just by chanting, one can overcome this ocean of faults in Kali Yuga. This Kali Yuga is called Dosha Nidhi. As Kali Yuga progresses, it moves more toward that characteristic of Dosha Nidhi. It becomes an ocean of faults. So So in this ocean of faults, there is only one thing that Sri Krishna, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Srila Prabhupada have given us, which is to chant the holy name. Then we spoke about the prayers of Vritrasura. That was we set the mood. Then we came to prayers of Vritrasura, and we saw how in the first verse Vritrasura tries to engage his body, mind and words, all three, in the service of the Lord. In the second verse, he rejects all the materialistic aspirations which the jivas in the material world they normally aspire for, being under the illusion of Maya. Then he explains three analogies in the 26th verse. Ajata Paksha, the bird who is depending completely on the mercy of the mother, and the calf who is putting some effort and is drinking milk, then but it doesn't render any active service. Then Priyam Priyaiva Vishutam Vishan, how the wife is seeking the association of her husband, and the husband she is hoping that he will come and satisfy her in all respects. In this way, Vritrasura wants to have the association of Sri Krishna and serve Sri Krishna. Then in the 27th verse, we saw how Vritrasura is explaining his position, that he is extremely attached to these fallible soldiers of the body, which are wife and children, home, etc., body, etc. But then he explains that he wants the opportunity to just make friendship with the devotees. Relationships are very important. We learn from this. Relationships with devotees, it is the greatest wealth. So because of karma, Vritrasura is saying that he may wander here and there, but he is still hoping that this Krishna will give him the association of pure devotees. So Vritrasura is explaining that my mind is caught up in attachments, so you please pull me out of Maya. So only you and the association of your pure devotees can relieve me out of Maya. So these are the four verses which in short today we have discussed about what Vritrasura is trying to explain in these four verses. 6th canto, 11th chapter, verses 25, 24, 25, 26 and 27. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.